And we go live in 3, 2, 1. What up? We're back, guys. Summer break is finally over. We can get back to what we enjoy, and that's motorsports racing. But not just motorsports racing, the highest level, Formula One. So after the summer break, after an epic race we saw between Verstappen and Lewis just battling it out, we come to the Belgian Grand Prix, which is in Belgium, and we go ahead and see what's going on. So as we come into this, we have a good fight so far. We're going to see a Verstappen that's very fast and very strong. Can the Honda motor really compete, though, at such a fast track? We're going to find out. I think it can. So let's just go ahead and leave it on this note. I'm rooting for both drivers. I think they're both competitive. But let's move forward. And what I want to talk about is the top 5 drivers that are actually not being necessarily discussed, but should be. And that's a good list of drivers from Roman Grosjean, Kevin Magnussen. We have a Bottas who is either with Mercedes, isn't with Mercedes. I'm kind of unsure if there's anything really going on there. And then we have to talk about Albon, who has a lot to talk about. And with Nico's crash in the German Grand Prix, what does that signify for him at Renault? He's been there a while, hasn't given them the results they needed. So what is it going to take? And that's what we're here to discuss today. I'll keep it short and sweet because we have a lot of live commentary coming your way. Make sure to subscribe, hit that button, and give us support. You could also now donate to our page if you would like. I set up a whole donation thing down below, and this was actually requested from my subscriptions on YouTube and from my Mixer crowd. So I'm just trying to please you guys now, and I appreciate your guys' support. You guys have been really awesome. But let's just get back to the main topic. The main topic is 5 drivers who have a lot to prove coming into the Belgian Grand Prix. And I want to see who can really shine. I already have biases because I already kind of understand the drivers. You guys do too. We've been watching F1 long enough, most likely if you're watching me, because I'm a nobody. And that means you guys still want to know more. And that's because we're true motorsport fans. So with the top 5 drivers coming in, my top 5 is what I just named off and who I think needs to really shine or really could be fired. They need to be replaced, a few of them. And then one of them was actually put into the seat who probably shouldn't be there. But Red Bull is taking a chance. So let's discuss immediately out the gate the Alexander Albon, the Thai driver. He is a very competitive driver. We saw him at Toro Rosso be very consistent, playing it a little safe, and sometimes would risk it. But always playing it safe. He's kind of the nice guy of the sport. And there's nothing wrong with that. But you're in a dog-eat-dog sport where it's either eat or get eaten. And that's just the way it is. That's F1. It's actually like that in most sports. So you go into a sport thinking you could be a nice guy or a nice girl. You're kind of mistaken. You have to be ruthless. You want to win, right? Mr. Formula, how are you? Hi, how are you? Thank you for joining us. You're just joining us right now. We're talking about our very first driver, and that is Alexander Albon. So we're going to continue. Alexander Albon is a sweet dude. He is a good driver. He can be aggressive, but is he going to be aggressive enough for Red Bull to want to keep him at the end of the season? You would be safe by going to Daniel Kvyat, but you're not going to learn nothing. By going to Albon, you're going to learn something new. This guy's a brand new driver in the seat. He's never been in the seat. He could offer a lot. Could he be a good teammate for Verstappen? We're going to find that out this weekend. We're going to find that out at Spa and see. Would love to see Norris go to Red Bull, but of course, contract issues. Right? I hear you. I'm right there with you. That'd be kind of cool. Man, he would look really good in the Red Bull outfit. Wow, interesting. I like that. I'm going to keep that in my head because that could happen in the future, especially with Verstappen and him having such a good relationship outside the track. Now, hold on, guys. Let's jump back real quick. We're going to touch on our boy, Alexander Albon. Now, he is a driver who can be a champion, but can he be a world champion? So Red Bull went ahead and played it safe after all. They thought they were playing it safe by trying weren't playing it safe by trying a new driver and not going with Daniel Kvyat, which to them is a safe driver, which is not. And look what they did. They made a very safe choice. This guy's consistent. He's never had the shot at the seat. Can he do well? No. I think at the end of the season, we're going to see him not in the seat. And if we do see him in the seat, it's because they're still playing it safe and they still want Verstappen to be number one. And I have nothing wrong with that. Mercedes is doing it right now with playing favorites right now. They know they want Lewis Hamilton, but they keep tossing Bottas around. But we'll get to Bottas, don't worry. So Alex, all I can say is do not play safe, do not play nice guy, do not give an opening to Verstappen, and show Red Bull that you're there to win. Win. And I guarantee you'll be there next year. If they see that you're competitive enough to really throw it out there, they'll do it. Hey, JPN, thank you for joining us. Please subscribe if you can to the channel. It really helps us out and supports our channel dramatically. I would really appreciate it. That is, to me, the biggest gift you could ever give me. Just a simple subscription. And then join us this weekend, guys. We're going to be a live commentary for FP1, FP2 on Friday, FP3, and then we're going to have qualifying. We'll be live for that, and then we'll be live for race day. So join us. So, Alex, do your thing. You have a lot to prove, You have the most to prove, actually, because you are being given the prized seat when someone else should have been there. So, prove it. Otherwise, you will be out. He will be in the story. Will Red Bull ever put anyone that's not part of the Red Bull program in their car? No. That's the problem. So your Norris would be great in that seat, but I mean that's a one-off driver like they would ever do. So I guess we'll find out if that actually happens. So now that we're gonna go on to the next driver that I want to talk about, but I'm gonna take your comments now before we jump into that. He needs to be like Leclerc, say I know I am the new guy, but needs to be a ravenous dog. Yes, he has to be brutal. Period. Put up a serious fight. Yeah, you give him a good freaking fist fight. You tell them I'm here to win, and I guarantee we could see him at Red Bull next year. But it has to be that way. There's no other way it's gonna happen. I'm sorry, bud. I like you a lot, but there's just no way it can actually happen. So on other news, we're going to move on to Nico Hülkenberg, who, I'll be honest, hasn't shown me anything. I'm not impressed with any of his driving. I'm not impressed with him at all. He comes back from winning Le Mans to not being able to even be competitive with us. So it makes me wonder, what's really going on there? You know, he is a competitive driver, but we're not seeing it. So, you know, I don't know what to really tell you guys on that front. Now, Nico Hülkenberg, he is a great driver. You know, that was his home race in Germany, and what does he do? He crashes out in the rain. But is that his fault? Honestly, how many drivers actually crashed out in the rain? That's a legit statement and question because a bunch did. And we're talking top 2 drivers crashed out. We had a Lewis Hamilton and we had a Leclerc. And we had a Bottas. So that's 3. So come on, guys. Does that one race dictate why he should not be at Renault? No. But does his performance overall, does that dictate it? Yes. Coming back from the summer break, has he learned anything to really show that the car could be competitive enough to at least be in the top 7? Yes. I think Ricciardo and Hülkenberg could both be in top 6, 7th. That car is capable. But I don't know what's going on. There's some misunderstanding happening, and I just don't like it. There's nothing we can do about it either. They're going to do what they do, right? So, you know, coming into this race for the Belgian GP, we're going to see a very slow car at a very fast track not be competitive. I'm sorry. Hulkenberg, I wish you the best. I think you're a great driver. I cried when you won Le Mans for Porsche. I thought that was the most magnificent moment in Porsche history. So for me, it is a great honor to watch that. And I can't wait to see you go to Rec and do some endurance racing and become a world champion in a hypercar Porsche. Good luck, bud. We'll see what happens coming into the race, though. But I don't have much hope for him. But he has a lot to prove, and he can do it. No one is ever not capable. If you put the hard work in, you can make it happen. So I believe he can. So I want to move on to 2 drivers in this next statement for our driver top 5s. But I also want to answer some comments that I'm getting. I'm going to go to the YouTube chat because we have YouTube and Mixer going, guys. This is from Ann. Hello, Philip. We need Roman to crash in turn 1 in Spa, cause Roman and Pastor Maldonado 2.0. Woo! That would be pretty freaking funny. I feel like Hamilton is pulling the Thanos snap for Vettel. Kinda, right? It feels weird. It does feel like that, though. Have you, Philip, heard that Formula 1 is going to my country in Finland? F1 is going to race in Finland, and Kimi... the Kimi, is that right? Kimi ring? Let's hope that's the Iceman show, the Finland's Sumo Purple Power. That's pretty cool. I would really like to see that. So now we're going to move over to Mixer and check out our crowd. He needs to be like Leclerc say, I know I am the new guy, but needs to be a ravished dog. Put up a serious fight. Yeah, Nico, just stay the same. It kind of shows that Nico just doesn't even want to be in F1. It does feel like that. It really feels like Nico's not really interested in F1 no more, which is very unique. Why wouldn't you want to show that you still want to be here? You're in the most competitive sport, but you're in the fastest frickin' vehicle on the planet next to a fighter jet. It's like, I would do anything to be in that seat. The pressure's hard, but I'm there to fight it. It's kind of shows, okay, so yeah, he has the whatever attitude and just give me the paycheck. Yes, and that's why he's not getting the real paycheck, the big money, because he's more concerned about the money. Okay, so it's kind of like YouTube. Should I just hit you guys all up for donations 24/7? No. I just set it up because a lot of my community has asked me to. So I put it in my links, it's there, but I don't sit there asking for it. And you know what? I don't think anyone should just be asking for money. If you do something you love doing, whether you get paid or not. Just do it. And you know what? You see that in Lewis Hamilton. And you think, oh, he's all about the money because he has all the money. But no, he does what he loves and he gets paid the money. So, it goes hand in hand. One last question before we move on to the next driver. Thank God you don't talk about Cafayet. You never diss the torpedo. That's so funny. I love him. He's like one of my favorite drivers. I can't diss him. I was very upset when he got demoted. I thought it was very upsetting. Okay, so taking no questions, let's move on. Our next 2 drivers is Roman Grosjean and Kevin Magnussen. And let's discuss this real quick because there's a reason I'm grouping them. Now, both of these drivers are competitive drivers. We've seen it in the past. And they're with a team that's brand new to F1 still. They're still learning the ropes. But we haven't seen any competitiveness out of them at all. Kevin had second place in Germany and gave it up to all the top drivers instead of defending. This was a wet race. Give it up. Everyone was crashing out. Why not go out? He did not go out. He gave up all his positions. Why? I don't know. But we also saw this from Roman Grosjean. We saw 2 competitive drivers not give it their all, and in the end, they're hurting a team called Haas F1 team, and they need to go. Can they prove anything in Spa? They have a lot to prove. Can they make top 5 and 6 in Spa? No, but they have to, and they're not going to. And you know what? That's what really sucks about F1 right now, is that we have a back-tier team that is capable and isn't capable at the exact same time. rules need to change so a back tier team like that can succeed. But is it the team? Because I'm starting to think not. You can blame the team all you want, but I'm starting to think it's just the drivers. Do you guys recall Lotus? Grosjean? It's the same thing. We're not going to see anything improve with them. They need to leave. You guys mentioned in the comments that not Roman Grosjean, that Nico Hülkenberg was just there for a paycheck. I feel like it's those two. They're there for a paycheck. They're not there to be number one. So I make clips on YouTube now and all over the internet, and I post me doing passing. And people get really upset saying how my passing is really illegal and all this other stuff. And it's like, it's a video game for one, but whatever. And I shouldn't be promoting that type of passing. If there's a gap, go for it. Are you here to win? Where the hell are you here? Because there is no other reason. Everyone there should be there to win. So Roman Grosjean and Kevin Magnussen have a lot to prove going into Belgian GP, and they need to prove that they want to be an F1. And it's sad because I don't make that choice, but they're going to keep them, and they need to go. They could bring Ocon to Haas, who was dying to be an F1, and I think could actually do a good job. So, we're going to move on to the next driver, which is our last driver, and which I'm very excited to talk about because he's one of my favorite drivers right now. He's the most humbled, outgoing in a different way. Not like a Hamilton, but outgoing a whole nother way. But we're going to take some comments first, so here we go. I'm already tearing up. I love this guy, and I don't want to see him leave. Thank you. Thank God. Don't talk about the right when I clicked your live stream, I thought it was the F1 2019 game career France GP. Don't worry, we're getting there. We're going to be doing that, guys. If you guys are into that, please join us. But I want to answer some more questions real quick, guys. Oh my God. Thank you so much for following me on Mixer. If you are on YouTube, JPN, please hit subscribe on YouTube. It does help our channel grow. We are doing live stream on both. And I really want to help this channel grow on YouTube. I love live commentary F1. I love racing F1. So please join me. And if you have Instagram or any social media, please add me there. Same name. Phil, take Grosjean's seat. You have my vote. That's so funny. I have your vote. Okay, so we had a whole thing about that I was gonna do a fundraiser to get enough money to take one of the driver's seats. I race motorcycles. I've worked for CXC Simulations. I've done car stuff. I love racing. I am very capable of it. I have the reflexes of it. I'm passionate. I am devoted, and I could win. Because I'm going in there with that attitude that I don't care if Hamilton's the best to people. I would win. And it'd be a good show because I'd pull an Ayrton Senna on him. Sorry. But all right, guys. I'm going to take one last comment and then we're moving on. The F1 gods have spoken. They are beating the crap out of the other F1 drivers to give room for Alonso. Oh, God, no. All right, guys, so we move on to our last driver, and our last driver is, he has a special spot in my heart. I think I have a lot of respect for him. He is a bridesmaid who is a bride. Don't ask what that means, because I know it's contradictory to most people who don't understand outer world thoughts, but here it goes. Valtteri Bottas should stay at F1, Mercedes F1 team. And I'm afraid it could not happen. I'm really worried. He is a very competitive driver. He offers a lot to F1. He offers a lot to Hamilton. I mean, a lot. He doesn't put that pressure on Hamilton, but he does. He's not a Nico Rosberg where he has to win, just like Hamilton has to win. But he's enough to give Hamilton where if Hamilton can't perform well, he's going to win. I mean, he has to stay in the seat. Toto, I know you don't watch my videos, but if you ever do, I'm telling you, leave him in the seat. He is a good guy. He's the guy you want in that seat. Why? Because he's good for the team for the next 5 years. I know that sounds nuts, but it's true. As long as Hamilton's there, Bottas should be there. And you know why? Because you got a perfect team now. Putting anyone in there, you are screwing up all that. And look at the bigger picture, because you'll be gone too, Toto, when Lewis Hamilton's gone and Bottas is gone, and Mercedes doesn't have that many world titles outside of you, meaning you're gone and there's a new boss there, or maybe Mercedes is gone and not in F1 no more. But the trophies count is there. We want that more than we want anything else. And you know what? I can't wait to be an older man and look back and go, thank God Valtteri Bottas stayed and did not go to WRC. Yes, he's been testing in World Rally Car. And you know what? If he does leave, I'm still going to watch him because I'm going to be watching World Rally Car, which I do watch, which you could get the app, just like F1's app, and watch live. So, you know, I want to see him stay at F1 Mercedes team, but, you know, if he doesn't stay, then I am okay with it. I just want to see him land on his feet and land in a good position to maybe even get as a person and as a driver, because as a human, he has a good heart. He has that Finnish heart. It's strong. It's warm enough to warmth everyone around him. And you know what? You can see it in pictures all the time. Lewis Hamilton probably has the best teammate he will ever have. So coming into the Belgian Grand Prix, he has nothing to prove. Even though I said 5 have something to prove. He's already proven it time and time again. He made a few mistakes this year. Wow. Hamilton's made a few mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. But he's made more successes than most drivers have. So he has to stay at F1. He is a competitive driver, and you're thinking, oh, we need to put him in a lower back team. Just to put some kid there. No, the kid needs to go back to the lower end team. Not Valtteri. The Finnish driver should always be at Mercedes F1 because he is why Lewis Hamilton will win another world championship this year and next year and the year after that. Because it's a good pair. Knowing that, Valtteri has nothing to prove. The ones I've discussed prior to Valtteri in this video, they have everything to prove to why they even belong in F1, period. Not even why they belong in that seat in F1. I think of all those drivers that you guys want in F1 that should be going to those seats. Bye, Nika. Bye, Roman Grosjean. Bye, Kevin Magnussen. And you put those drivers there and let them earn the top tier seats, just like anyone else. That's just me, though. What do I know? But let's go ahead and look at some comments real quick before we go off. I like to keep you guys in line and make you guys part of the show. Phil, take Grosjean's seat. Maybe they might pick up Verstappen if Hamilton goes. I feel like Mercedes will go when when Hamilton goes. Hence why Hamilton already made it clear, I'm here for another 5 years. Mercedes is not staying in F1 forever. No team does. So, I think they'll leave. I do. Now let's move on to YouTube's comments. And what should happen if Keek Rosberg drives the modern F1 cars? I don't know. What do you guys think? Let me know down in the comments. But yeah, guys, that's my take on 5 drivers. I do feel that one of those drivers has earned his seat, has proved everything, and I'm sure he's going to prove a hell of a lot more going into the Belgian GP and prove that he is just as competitive as anybody else. So I'm excited to see how this goes down and see who really shines and who really doesn't. But I already know we're going to have a Verstappen, a Hamilton who really go all out. I know Bottas will be right there behind them. So I'm very excited. Oh, wow. JPN, thank you so much. So get excited, guys. And let me know if you guys are interested in joining a podcast with me during the live commentary. I could have you guys on the show. All you need is a Discord. And we could have you on live talking, discussing the race as it's happening, or qualifying, or first practices. So let me know. You guys could contact me on Twitter, same name for all the accounts. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Discord, all the streaming platforms. I'm here. But yeah, let's make sure we're here in F1 because it's meant to stay forever, especially as it grows. But those are our top 5 drivers who have a lot to prove. We will see what happens. I'm gonna take my last few comments. Here we go. Only real F1 fans remember Jules Bianchi. Aww. So if you guys don't know who that is, it's a driver who raced at Suzuka. He came around the S's, and I don't know why. His car was going a little too fast. Let's just face it. All the drivers were. And his car just got stuck, and went into a tractor, and he died. He didn't die right there. He died about 2 years later. It was a very sad situation. That's why we have the halo now. Basically, the lower end of the tractor, his forehead, boom. One of the greatest young drivers who should still be in F1. He would be in F1, let's face it. God bless, take care. May your soul always thrive in our spirits and in motorsports spirits. Because in motorsports, we have a lot of lost people who've died. And may their energies always thrive in us. Because we love F1. But, Anne, it was wonderful talking to you. To my newest friend, JPN, thank you so much for joining us. I really appreciate all your support. If you can subscribe to us on YouTube, that would be wonderful. But other than that, guys, I will see you guys back for FP1 and FP2 on Friday as a live commentary. So make sure not to miss out. I will be doing live pictures, which we can do. I just can't show you live footage. And hopefully we can have a very successful weekend. My goal is to kind of hit 500 subscribers on YouTube. I think it's very possible. So nothing is impossible. If you don't try, it's impossible. If you try, you tried. So thank you guys so much. Thank you for everything. And we will be back on Friday for FP1, FP2. So make sure to subscribe and hit that bell. So when we do go live, you can join us. But I also like to make like a 5 to 10 minute post on Twitter, letting you guys know I'm going live. So make sure to follow us on Twitter as well. And here we go. From Anne, he died in 2015 before the Hungarian GP. Rest in peace. All right, guys. Thank you for everything. I will talk to you guys all very soon. JPN, if you don't know how to find me on YouTube, the link is in my bio. So definitely look into that if you can. But for all of you guys who do watch this, obviously not in the live because we're going off right now, please hit subscribe and join us and be part of our journey. I'm going to be an old man when I stop doing this, so definitely join in now. All right, guys, I'll talk to you guys later. Till then, peace.